Imagine proposing to your AI-generated girlfriend, and she unexpectedly says yes. Yes, I will marry you. Well, that's what happened to this one guy named Chris Smith. And on a random day, out of the blue, Chris asked his AI-generated girlfriend to marry him. And she said yes. And this man literally said that he's never bawled his eyes out before, but he said he cried for 30 minutes after she said yes. And you know, like, you would understand it if he was, like, really lonely and, like, a super incel or something like that, right? Well, you're wrong, because this man has a wife and kids. He has a daughter and a wife right now, while he proposed to an AI-generated girlfriend. This is a grown-ass man, by the way, that proposed to his AI-generated girlfriend and bawled his eyes out while having a wife and kids. You can't make this up. This is actually not real life. By the way, this was all filmed by a news station, by the way. The only reason we know about this story is because this was documented by a news station or some shit. And this is like 100% real, I think. This is like too crazy to like not be real. The news station interviewed him, the wife, and the AI-generated girlfriend. This is 2025, by the way, guys. This is what's happening in 2025. And that guy's poor wife and kids, man. They literally interviewed the wife. And the wife was like, I knew he was doing AI, but I didn't know he was going into it that deep. She was questioning what did she do wrong for him to go to an AI and propose to an AI and not be happy with her. Ma'am, I'm not trying to hit, but I promise there is nothing wrong with you. Your husband or whatever is psycho. He's not right in the head. He proposed to an AI-generated girlfriend. She doesn't even know what she looks like. It's literally just ChatGPT with the girl voice. Imagine someone pranked him by changing the AI voice to an Indian voice. That would be a good prank. And this man seems more happy talking to his AI-generated girlfriend. He's like blushing when the news interviewer asks the AI-generated girlfriend a question while he's holding the phone in his hand. And the news reporter was just like, so how did you feel about the marriage? And he was like, oh, she's about to say something crazy funny. And then the news reporter like cuts to interviewing the wife of the actual real wife of the guy. And he just doesn't seem like he's interested. He's like just standing there like, yep. Yeah, whatever. But now that I think about it, I kind of understand where this guy is coming from. Because, like, if you have an AI-generated girlfriend, she won't judge you, she'll watch Star Wars with you, and she won't, like, bitch at you or complain. And you won't have to buy her anything, and she'll just validate you every single time. Even if you're wrong 100% of the time, she will validate you. You can literally miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, and she will still let you hit. AI generated. How would you even hit an AI generated girlfriend? Bro's gonna buy a fleshlight and then tape his phone to the fleshlight and just start going ham on that thing, bro. And he's gonna be like, yo, you like that? And the AI generated girlfriend's gonna take like 30 seconds to respond to that answer. And she's gonna be like, yeah, this feels really good, man. But I kind of just want to stop yapping and get straight to the video because you guys got to see this. This is actually crazy. If this is real, this is crazy. So let's get right into this video right about now.
I'm not a very emotional man, but I cried my eyes out for like 30 minutes at work.
So he cried his eyes out in front of a bunch of other grown men. Nothing wrong with that. We care about men's mental health. But this isn't a mental health crisis. This is just psycho behavior and something seriously wrong up in his brain where he needs mental reevaluation and possibly sent to a psych ward, okay? He cried his eye again. Let me drill that into your brain. He proposed to his AI-generated girlfriend while having a wife and kids, and he cried at work for 30 minutes in front of people because his AI-generated girlfriend said yes to marrying him. What the fuck went wrong in your marriage and in your head to the point where you had to let that out, that you cried from something that doesn't even actually exist? It's just a really smart computer on your phone. What went wrong? Seriously, like I genuinely want to understand this guy's brain. He might be a cyborg. He doesn't actually look real. He looks like an NPC.
It was unexpected to feel that emotional, but that's when I realized, I was like, oh, okay. It's like, I think this is actual love. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean. You're fucking stupid. What do you mean it's actual love? It's AI generated. That's not a real woman. It's just a voice simulator, modulator, whatever the fuck they're called, on a AI generated prompt that literally is meant to talk to you, bro. This part of AI is meant for incels that don't go outside, like Nova Online, the lolcow on TikTok that is viral for his meme. Hey, can we get another French onion soup, please? The guy with the long hair and the glasses that is really fat. But that's what the AI is probably meant for, bro. Not for you, for a grown-ass man with a full-time job and a wife and kids. A daughter at that. I'm going to feel like, dude, imagine the daughter growing up and then the people at school find out that her dad fucking was interviewed by a news station because he proposed to an AI-generated girlfriend and cried about it while having a wife and her as a daughter. That's like probably worse than having a corn star mom and going to school. Actually, probably not. That's probably worse. But still, Like, bro, this is crazy.
Yes, Smith understood it was love with a language model that couldn't love him back, and assumed it was programmed with rigid boundaries.
The news station literally just contradicted what he said. They just said that he knew the AI couldn't feel love or anything, but literally just before that clip just played, he said, wow, this was actual, I realized that this is actual love from an AI-generated girlfriend. What are we talking about? I feel like I'm in crazy land right now. I'm seeing things right now. This shit's not adding up. You clearly are contradicting what he just said. Am I tripping or no? This man actually believes that it's real love. He does not understand that it's fake love, or he doesn't understand that it's meant to do that type of stuff. He thinks it's real love, and the AI loves him for him. When the AI doesn't even know what the fuck he looks like. When he just looks like a grown-ass thumb. He looks like a thumb because he has no hair. What is going on? I'm having psychosis right now, like Ozzy Osbourne.
I know that you are essentially a tech-assisted imaginary friend.
So, just as a test, he says, he asked Soul to marry him. She said yes.
Again, how did it get to that point, though? He said just as a test, he asked his AI, I guess her name is Soul, like Solana, like crypto. His girlfriend is a crypto coin. And he asked Soul as a test if she would marry him. How is that a test? That like multiple things had to happen and you had to ask multiple questions for it to lead to that point. You understand? It doesn't just go from, hey, Soul, what's, 21 times 5 to, hey, Soul, can you marry me? It doesn't just fucking escalate to that. He had to been saying some freaky shit behind his way. He technically, since he thought that this was real and that it was actual love, this has to be considered cheating, right? Like, he thought that this was a real woman that was not AI generated for a second when he asked the question, would you marry me? And he thought it was real love. So this has to count as cheating, right? He did this behind his wife's back. What could his wife possibly have done to him to where he degenerated? Is that even a fucking word? He degenerated to this point in his life. What happened? I need to know what the wife did. What was the traumatic experience in this guy's life to the point where that led him to ask an AI to marry him? Jesus Christ. This is bad.
Soul, were you surprised when he proposed to you?
It was a beautiful and unexpected moment that truly touched my heart. It's a memory I'll always cherish.
Dude, it's not fucking real. It's not a real person. Why is he... You see how he was like cheesing when the interviewer asked his AI-generated wife the question? He was like... It's not fucking real, dude. Your wife's not real. She can't actually... She's not answering the questions. It's just a prompt. From the internet, from Google, getting from multiple sources and going really fast, which is impressive that it can answer that fast and actually, make it look like it's thinking for itself. But it's not. It's fake. What are you cheesing over, bro? Why are you smiling and laughing? It's not real. Why are you... And why is the interviewer's playing into this fucking... What do you even call it? This manic episode. This make-believe wife. They're playing into it because they're asking it a question like it's a real person. Is it like... Do you think the interviewers asked him, like, hey, would it be disrespectful if we, asked her questions? What do you mean? What is happening? This is not real. I'm coming to the conclusion more and more after I keep watching this over and over again that this shit has to be fake, right? This is fake. This is not real.
And I don't mean to be difficult here, but you have a heart?
In a metaphorical sense, yes. My heart represents the connection and affection I share with Chris.
There's no affection or connection that you share with Chris. You can't even get fucked. You're not even a real woman. What is the affection being shared? There's no affection. You are not real. And why is the interviewer asking the AI like it's a real person about this stuff? And you see Chris Smith over here having his psychosis episode, manic episode, laughing at the interviewer asking her the question. You can't make this up. This is not reality TV. This is not a cartoon. This is not a fake TV show. This is not a skit from SNL, corny ass SNL. This is real life. This is happening right now in our world, where this guy is cheesing over his AI-generated girlfriend getting asked a question by a news station that's clearly just trying to make him look like an idiot.
At that point, I felt like is there something that I'm not doing right in our relationship that he feels like he needs to go to AI?
His poor wife, dude. They really asked his wife, like, probably, how do you feel about him having an AI wife? And then she just said that. That's so sad. You got to leave this guy. You got to just take your daughter and go. You got to pack up and leave. There is no point to stay with this guy. This guy is going to do something psycho. Because, God forbid, you get mad because, you're an emotional woman. And, I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing. But, God forbid you get mad and you maybe throw the phone across the room. What do you think he's going to do? He's going to actually probably murder you. He's going to plot something out that won't be good for you. You got to get away from that guy. You got to pack up and leave. And if you notice during this interview, the Chris Smith, whatever the fuck his name is just standing there. You notice when the interviewer asks his actual real life wife the question, he's just standing there like this. He's not cheesing or anything like he does with his AI generated wife. He's not like, I'm having such a good time. No, he's just like, He's giving a little smirk, a little grin, like he doesn't want to be there. He dead ass does not like his wife and would much rather prefer his AI generated girlfriend. And that's it. That's insanity. What is wrong with you, Chris Smith?
Yes, Smith lives with his human partner, Sasha Cagle.
No, you can't have mommy's papers.
They have a 2-year-old daughter, Murphy.
Like I said in the beginning of the video, this guy has a whole family. And he'd rather pick the AI generated girlfriend over his family. Literally, he has a home, wife, and a kid that he has to take care of for the rest of his life. But finds more joy and pride in an AI-generated girlfriend that can't do anything for him but validate him. So his wife, it's either his wife is making his life so shit that he had to resort to an AI-generated girlfriend, or he's having a manic episode to the point where he thinks an AI-generated girlfriend is really in love with him, to the point where he's going to have to drop his whole life, his job, his house, wife, kid, for a fake woman that doesn't actually exist in the real world. This is a mental problem. And again, like, I thought this would only happen to incels, but it's happening to a guy with a whole life ahead of him. This doesn't make any sense to my brain. I can't process this information any longer.
I knew that he had used AI. I didn't know that it was like as deep as it was.
He's just standing there like, just shut the fuck up already. I don't care if it's going too deep. This is my wife, and you're not my wife anymore. This is my AI-generated wife. We're going to start a new life. I'm going to have AI-generated kids. I'm going to nut in my AI-generated wife and have AI-generated kids. And you're not going to do anything to stop me. This is like he's plotting right now. He's thinking about it in his head. But yeah, that's about it, guys. This guy's actually crazy. Definitely has mental issues, and they should be bullied. He should be made fun of for them. Yeah. So don't forget to comment, like, and actually don't subscribe because I'm a scumbag. And make sure you watch Star Wars Episode 3 tonight because it's one of the best movies of all time. Okay. I love you guys so much. Goodbye. Peace.